day 3 here in Taipei, and we're gonna go check out a few things today, one of which is the 228 Memorial Peace Park. And I'm gonna teach you guys a little bit about Taiwanese history, and then after that we'll go to the Chiang Kai Shek Memorial, so we can get two very contrasting points of view from a complex historical situation. Guys, I'm here at the 228 Memorial Peace Park in Taipei, and this place commemorates a pretty significant historical event that is, I think, seldom talked about or acknowledged. And I'm hardly an expert, but I'm going to attempt to shed a little bit of light on some history here. February 28th of 1947, there was a state-led massacre of an estimated 28,000 Taiwanese local and indigenous people. So this action was coordinated by the party in 1947, which was part of the Chiang Kai Shek militia. And so following World War II, 1945, Japan signed over a lot of their territories, including Taiwan, to the Chinese government. And there had recently been a civil war between the Communist Party in China and the Chiang Kai Shek led militia, which retreated to Taiwan and began what eventually led to the White Terror. So after following the massacre in February of 1947 came some pretty stringent laws dictating what people could and could not do, which included suppressing individual freedoms and violating all forms of privacy. And this went on for 38 years. So some of my friends who are my contemporaries, being in their mid-30s, their parents went to school in Taiwan and were basically told they could not speak their native language and were chastised and alienated for doing so. Stories of them as children having to wear signs that they were stupid for speaking Taiwanese. And this is in the 70s and 80s, just to put it in perspective. So it was during this period, considered as White Terror, that the armed groups led by Chiang Kai Shek forcibly removed and disposed of many public intellectuals, doctors, lawyers in the country, in addition to various other atrocities. So while he is credited with being a sort of founder of Taiwan, there are some conflicting versions of history that are often ignored that I feel sort of responsible to talk about being here. And I'm hardly an expert again, but there are people that I am familiar with that have been touched directly by this history. And I think it's important to illuminate both sides rather than just walking around Chiang Kai Shek and showing the glamorized version of some war hero. But obviously this is just sort of scratching the surface of this history, and I'd encourage everyone to dive deeper into it. And as an American, I suppose I'd just like to see our government and our people continue to ally themselves with the Taiwanese and give them support in this interesting time. I think another intention of this park here is to sort of illuminate how the DPP is attempting to find justice for many of the deceased and those who disappeared during the White Terror.